Good morning, guys. 8:55. Got all of the designs that we need to get printed for WW transfers all put into a spreadsheet. So I got those right here. Not sure if you guys can see it. It is pretty small. I'm going to go ahead and get these loaded up into Digital Factory so that we can get the DTF printers started today. We use Digital Factory as our main RIP for all of our DTF printers. And if you guys are new here, my name is Alex. I own AMS Transfers. We are a custom screen print and DTF transfer business. We have two DTF printers. These are Audley 24-inch direct-to-film printers. So right now what I have to do is load up all of these designs in Digital Factory, size them accordingly, and then put however many I need. Like for example, this design, Hardy Ghosts, I need 13 of those, so I'm gonna have to build the sheet and then rip that so I can send it to the file, and we can get printing these for today. All right, guys, here we are in Digital Factory. This is the actual software that we use to build all of our sheets that we send to the printer and actually rip them. So first up on the sheet is Halloween Town front and back. So now I just have to go through the computer and try and find this design. They are like fairly well named, but there are some that have just gotten lost through the cracks, you know. But I got both of them. This is a front and back design, so it has a 11-inch back as well as a 4-inch pocket. So I got to add both of these two designs here and then resize them accordingly. So the back one is the top design up here. What I'm going to do is set that to 11 inches. And then the front design here, I'm going to set to 4 inches. And on this one, we need 49 sheets. So typically in Digital Factory, you can only do even numbers because when you increase it, it will, here, I'll just show you. So when I increase the size, I put another one right next to it. And then if I were to type down here, I need like 3 copies, it would just end up printing 4 because that's just really how Digital Factory works. When you do copies, you can really only print in multiples of 2. So I'm going to go ahead and add 50 of the back design and then come back down here and add 50 of the pocket design. And then you can see it goes ahead and creates the file with the proper amount of spacing. So I like to use 0.29 inches in between each design, and that stacks up. So it's going to be a 1/4 inch on this side, and then it's going to be a 1/4 inch on the other side of the design, leaving about a 1/2 inch in between for us to get them cut up. So I got that design. Next up I have to add Pumpkin & Co. So let's go ahead and do the same thing, find the design. Like I said, they are fairly like named. It definitely could be better, but it gets the job done for now. I think once we hire a DTF employee, someone to run the DTF printer, we will need to spend some time going ahead and like renaming all of the files to make more sense. But anyways, Pumpkin & Co. I need 15 designs, so if you guys are following along, we're going to be putting in 16, and then they're just going to keep on going down the list. Next up is Horror Movies and Chill, and if you guys are interested, you can buy all of the designs that I am talking about on our website, WW Transfers. Horror Movies and Chill, got that. Let's go ahead and resize this. Add our copies. On Horror Movies and Chill, we need 13, so we'll go ahead and print 14. And yeah, we're just gonna keep on going with this. I will change it to a time lapse and then check in with you guys once I'm ready for the next step. All right, guys, got all of the designs that I want to do for this printer. So as you guys can see, I have this spreadsheet, but I did up to here, and up to here is where like the vast majority of all of the designs are. Everything past like down here are just like 1, 2, 3 pretty small quantities. So I got what I think is going to be the majority of the work dedicated to one printer. So now I'm going to go ahead and rip this, send it over to the printer, get this going, and then after I have that printer all up and running, I'll go ahead and make the file for the remaining designs on this sheet. So to do that, first thing I have to come over to the page section, come over here to page, click Nest All, And then this is going to say apply automatic nesting. Nesting will cause the content layouts to change. So I'm going to hit yes, because I do want that. And it appears my program just froze. I'm going to be pretty pissed if this all is gone. All right, looks good. It recovered. There actually is this one, I don't know if it's a bug or if it's just like intended use case, but right now I have the color bars on the printer, and when I have the color bars on, for some reason it doesn't allow you to nest. So what I have to do then is go up here to Properties, Print Labels, and then turn off the confidence strip. And now I can go back to Page, Nest All, and nest them, so it'll properly nest. I don't know what it is and why it does that, but now I can go back up to Queue, Properties, Print Labels, and add the color bar back. It's just weird. So yeah, everything is good. I'm just gonna take a quick look at all of this, make sure that none of the designs are about to hit the color bar. Like you can see here, this is pretty close. But I am just going to check all of the other designs, make sure everything is good. Then I can start ripping this and get it sent to the printer. All right, now that we have them all nested, I'm just going to select them all and then come up here to the print icon and hit print. And now it's going to make all of them into just one separate file, spool it, and then I have to save it to a location on my computer. And after that, it'll start ripping, and then I have the file that I can load up on the printer. All right, guys, right here, started printing, and if you guys can see, just slightly out of registration. So I just had Michaela run a print adjust on this. So we'll go ahead and take a look. Not sure if you guys can see these lines right here or not, but it looks like, let's go +3 on this, Michaela. So what you want for these, it's so hard to see, I'm sorry. You want the lines to be like perfectly laid on top of each other. Like you can see 2 and 1, they get slightly out of, can't focus. They get slightly out of registration and they're not laying perfectly on top of each other. So what you want to do is just go through, look at all these, and then whichever one looks the best, you enter plus or minus whatever and on the computer, and it will automatically make the adjustments. So Michaela just started up the file again. Or no, she ran another print adjust. And 0 looks to be perfect, so that means no adjustments are going to have to be made. This is a little bit more in focus. Like you can see, those look a little blurry compared to 0, which is nice and crisp right on top of each other. So this is done in the HansoSoft print software, and it's basically, I could show you guys real quick. So if you come over to the HansoSoft software, and then go to the settings tab or adjust, and then right here, step adjust, you want to click that, and then under here, base step. So if you click print adjust, it'll actually print that test that I was just talking about. And then in the first box where it says pixel, that's where you would enter the plus or minus 3, 5, whatever it is, and then you hit calculate, and it'll automatically make the adjustments for you. And then as you can see right there, you can see the black peeking out, and on these, perfect registration. So if that ever is a problem for you guys, you're not getting the white laying perfectly down on top of the color, you just want to do a base step print adjust, and the software will help you figure everything out. All right, whoa, what the heck is that? That looks pretty cool. About 12 o'clock going on, my watch is dead, and the clock over here that I typically use, the batteries are dead on that. So Time is 12:22. Still running the DTF prints. We have, I think, basically like 2 full files still left to print. They just got started. This one is at 13%, and this one over here is at 16%, and they're both big files. So I think we're going to be printing these for the next like 2-3 hours, and then after that we can move into getting the custom orders printed, because there actually is a few customs that got placed last night and we need to get printed. Because if you guys aren't already familiar, we have a 1 business day turnaround time on our custom DTF transfers. So we got to make sure that we get those out to honor our commitments to our customers. But today I've just been answering messages on the computer, doing a whole bunch of different computer work, just trying to make sure everything is running smoothly and the best that we can. I have a transparency that I printed because I have a custom screen print order that we need to get printed today. It is only 25 sheets and the design is fairly easy, so I'm gonna get this printed as soon as possible. Michaela ran over to Aviva to collect some of our crew neck sweatshirts, because if you guys missed the last video, you know that we are starting to get into the whole finished garments business, trying to use our audience both on TikTok, YouTube, everything to try and push those garments, because obviously they do have higher profit margins than the transfers themselves. Well, actually, like, the percentage is not higher. It's just more money at the end of the day. On the crew necks, I think we make like 66% margin, and on the transfers, we make like 300% margin. So the transfers are definitely a lot more profitable. It's just that if you consider the revenue cost of all of it, the crew neck hoodies are bringing a lot more revenue and overall profit to the bottom line. So we're going to start getting into that. Like I said in the last video, we're going to use Aviva Wholesale as our warehouse. So we'll just use the crew necks that Aviva has stocked on their site and their store. And then that way we don't have to end up buying any of the inventory for the crew necks. We can just, as the orders come in, run over to Aviva, grab the sweatshirts, and then get them printed and pressed. This will save us a ton of money, a ton of headache, and we don't really have the room to store any hoodies. As you guys can see, we're pretty much full to the brim. So I think that this is going to work out really well. Like I said, Aviva is only like 14 minutes down the road, so it's not like it's a very big distance to travel or anything like that. And they usually like always have the right amount of stock. They never have like low amounts of stock. They usually typically always have a good amount that we can choose from. So for as long as the supply remains consistent, I think we'll just keep on doing this, buying from Aviva and seeing how everything goes with that. If things don't work out, we can always just buy from S&S. It's just that S&S has the $200 order minimum, and if we just have to buy like 2, 3, 4, 5 hoodies, that won't meet that order minimum, so we'll have to pay shipping on that. But yeah, if you guys are interested in learning more about this, drop a comment down below, and I can go into a little bit more deeper dive of all of it. But yeah, like I said, 12/22, just getting these guys printed. Once Michaela gets back, we will press those hoodies, and then the transparency currently is printing right now. So once this is all done, I can get started burning the screen, and then we can get going on that screen printing order.
Here we have an Alex in his natural habitat. What'd you ask?
Probably a half hour ago. Got the hoodies. She also got a whole bunch of hoodies for herself. Apparently they had a 2 for 3 like tie-dye matching set, which is something I guess is super in nowadays. So yeah, got all the hoodies, got the Halloween Town retro transfers. Let's go ahead, get these guys applied, and then package them up and send them on their way. All right, guys, 5:01 currently right now. I just got the USPS packages dropped off. We only have like 3 left for USPS, and then we will be completely done shipping USPS packages, so that'll be awesome. If you guys can tell, I think I'm coming down with something. Got a scratchy throat. Not ideal, that is for sure. But yeah, I've just been trying to do what I can to get everybody's orders printed today. The customs aren't that big of a deal. It was a pretty light day on customs. It's just these WWE transfer orders, man. They keep piling up, which is obviously a good thing. It's just, even with 2 printers, we're still struggling to get these guys out, man. It's just, yeah, it's a lot. The WWE transfers definitely had me weighing, like, I don't know, man, is this all worth it? Because the WWE transfers take so much more work. Like, we have to find all of the individual designs like you guys saw me doing earlier this morning. We have to do that like spreadsheet file, this thing right here that you guys saw me again earlier this morning. That took us like an hour and a half literally to just go through everything that we needed and get those all into like a spreadsheet so that we had one organized place to get them all. But yeah, it's just crazy, man. The WWE transfers takes a lot of work, and the customers are honestly like the low value orders with the customers. Like probably our average order value on WWE transfers is like $65, especially the past like month since we've gone viral on TikTok. It's really bringing the average order value down. So it's just like, has me thinking, is this all worth it? Because we can make so much more money printing custom orders for like infinitely less work. We don't have to cut up custom orders individually. We don't have to get all of the designs that we need for custom orders. They're all just in our system. We just download them, good to go. We make significantly more margin on custom orders. So I don't know, I think I'm just having a bad day at a low point, just not feeling the best. All of these orders are overwhelming. But like everybody says, with the extreme highs comes the lows. And obviously we had a pretty big high when we got these 2 DTF printers, but the low has to come at some point, and I guess Michaela and I are currently in it right now. Well, if that's really the case, then that means the only place we can go from here is up, so just got to take what we can on the chin and keep it going. This file is just about done ripping, and then I will send it over to the printer. I actually just got an error. I think that is because I am out of space on this computer. Yep, that's what it is. So now I gotta re-rip the file. All right, guys, I'll be back in a sec.